Hi guys, Angie the Craftnado here, and you're seeing a little bit different setting today. We're going to go on a little tour and we're going to look at some things in the yard. This is technically going to be a post review of my Dreamers Designs canvas, which was the sample that I unboxed a few days ago. I went ahead and worked it up real quick, so I just wanted to show you that. I'm doing it outside. It was nice and sunny out earlier, but as you can tell, it's gotten a little bit overcast. So let's talk a little bit about the canvas, and then I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to take you out to show you the chickens and see the baby chicks, and then I thought we'd go back in the woods and see if we couldn't find any morels, because I told you I've been morel hunting lately. We found a few, not too many yet. It's been pretty chilly here. Probably another week they'll be probably at their prime, I'm thinking. We're here in northern Michigan. So anyways, this is the canvas that I finished. Liberty's Light from Dreamers Designs. I apologize for the shakiness of this. I'm a little bit chilly. It's not very warm out today. And I'd say it turned out really well. It should, with 46 colors. So let's go down here and take a look at it up close. And you can see all the ABs that were in there. There were quite a few ABs. We had black ABs and white ABs in the sky. Now I noticed, if you've never done a Dreamers Design canvas, their AB drills are a little bit different, the coating on them. Let me see if I can get in on some of the white ABs. Let me see if I can find some focus, camera, focus. I can't really show you. You're just going to have to trust me. The coating is a little bit different, and I have to say that I kind of liked it a little bit better than I like the coating on the Diamond Art Club AB drills. That being said, the drills overall, they were pretty good. I had an average amount of trash, so you know, but they were what I consider the premium drills. They're the ones that have so many facets that they almost look round, but I think that makes them look really nice and shiny and sparkly. The canvas was easy to work with. The canvas material, it flattened out and quite nicely, as you can tell. And I think for as small as this image is, I think it was charted well and it rendered okay. The drill field was clear, but very, very, I don't know how to describe it. It was really, it was dark, I guess. Not dark in a way that it was unclear, but just the background was just real dark, very, very darkly printed. I'm not sure if it was a bigger image, how that would work out. I was a little bit worried you were going to be able to see behind some of the symbols, but because the way the ink kind of bled into this more cloth-like canvas, but it doesn't seem like it shows up at all, so that's beautiful. So we had 3 ABs, red, black, and white in there. And then we'll just take a look at the drills that I had left over. I had plenty of drills, and yes, I did kit this up like I would kit up a normal kit. I don't know why, I just felt like, you know what, if I'm going to give it a test shot, I'm going to test it all out. It was really nice to have the label sticker, so I could label my drills. And I had more than enough of every color, so it wasn't worried at all. Bottom line, would I order another Dreamers Design canvas? Probably, if the image was really something that spoke to me, I would. I still prefer Diamond Art Club. Gosh, I'm really shaky, you guys, I'm sorry. So I'm just going to bust right over to what else I wanted to show you, which is right here where we are, my side patio. Look at you guys, look at all the weeds. I'm a loser. Here's how you know you've been crafting too much. My little brick patio here is full of weeds. And this is one of my perennial gardens. So I just wanted to show you quick. See that rooster right there? That one, that rusty one, that is actually a grave marker for my favorite ever rooster, Marley. He was the best. He was my BFF. He was like 8 or 9 years old when he passed away. He was a really good chicken. So but this is my perennial garden. You can see I've got some phlox that are blooming. I've got a deep purple, and then I've got some lighter, or real light pink phlox there, and then a lighter lavender phlox over here. My creeping Jenny's coming along and coming up nicely. I've got my coleus is over there starting to get some new growth. I've got to get the old off of there. I have not taken out all the leaves yet. We have been getting frost warnings, and I think that, in my opinion, having the leaves on there kind of holds it so that you're not going to get damage from the frost. But look at how crazy my lilies are going already. They're already, gosh, a couple 2-3 feet high. So these are the lilies. These are all different kinds of lilies. These things that you see here, those are all daisies, so I have a huge thing of daisies. And then my yucca, look at how great my yucca's looking. He is looking fabulous. I even split that yucca last year and planted part of it somewhere else. I've got my irises coming up back there. Not as many as I had hoped. I had hoped that that would spread a little bit more, but it could happen. And then, of course, the hostas. Got just a regular hosta there. The variegated hosta right there is, I split that last year too, and it's already crazy. One of my big chicken statues that my friend got me. Then over here, these are some more daisies. And coming over here, I've got some more irises and more hostas, and some black-eyed Susans are going to be coming in there. And then I got a big bunch of chives. Over here in the corner, I used to have a whole bunch of hens and chicks. The succulent hens and chicks, and I lost them. They all died out. Oh, no, look, I see a few right there under that chicken planter. So I do still have a few hens and chicks. Those are actually really easy to propagate, and if I do a garden video, I will show you guys how to propagate those and make it so that you can get tons and tons and tons of hens and chicks, and they're fun. I've got this hens and chicks planter right here, so you can plant them all in the little, you know, things, the little side pouches there, and it looks just adorable when you get them all planted in. So then I wanted to show you, just point out, there's nothing planted in it right now but weeds, but that is an old rail car. And I'm going to show you where it came from and tell you why it is there, or why it's in our yard to begin with. But I just wanted to let you guys see my perennial garden and how it's coming out. Oh, look, I didn't even see these forget-me-nots. Oh, look. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad that those are blooming. But yes, I do have to get in here and weed and pull out leaves and all that, but this is what happens when you craft too much. All right, I'm gonna pause this and I'll bring you back when we get out to the chicken coop. Okay guys, here they are. And of course, now that I started talking, they're all gonna go hide under the light, so let me get down here. So this is the brooder side of our chicken coop. We have actually like a chicken coop that has an addition. It's two separate sections. They're connected by a little door right there that we can slide back and forth. But this is where we keep the babies when we have babies. Right now, all we have are babies. We haven't had big chickens in a few years. So these are our first, sorry for the shakiness, you guys. Just trying to move that out of the way so you can see. Look at him. So you can see how cute they are. Aren't they adorable? Look at them. And they're just happy as little clams. You can see they have kind of the red tinge on it. That's because you have to keep a light on them for heat when they're this small. They need to stay probably between 70, 75, 80 degrees. They want to stay. And if you notice, if you come out and you notice that your chicks are all clustered around the light, that means it's not warm enough and you need to get more light in on them. If they're spread out to where, you know, they're avoiding the light, that means your light is too hot and you need to raise it up and not have quite as much heat on them. But when I opened the door, the way they were just all scattered around, pecking, doing their thing, that was a good indication that we've got the right light level and the right amount of heat going on. So that's good to know, because like I said, it hasn't been very warm around here lately. But they've been doing just fine. They've been perfect out here. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold that cord out of the way so you can see. We've already named some of them. We have some Americanas. Those are the ones that lay the green and blue eggs. So those are really fun. It's kind of funny when you give somebody eggs from your chickens and they're green and blue. And then we've got a couple of Rhode Island Reds. And we've got a couple of Golden Lace Wyandottes, a couple of Cochins, which Cochins are cool because I don't know if you can see that one. Well, let me see if I can point him out. Let me see if I can grab one for you. Hold on just a second. Might jiggle around here while I grab this guy. Come here, little guy. Come here. Oh, come here. Come on. Okay. I got him. All right. Extreme close-up, right? So I don't know if you can notice, but look at his little feet. Look at, he has feathers on his feet. So Cochins and Brahmas are two breeds of chicken that actually have feathered feet. You see how his legs and his feet have feathers on? And so they're really kind of cool looking when they grow up. You can tell that they've still got mostly their little baby fuzz. They're very, very fuzzy. But as they get older, their feathers start to come in. So you can see this guy has a combination of fuzziness and feathers. So their feathers start to grow in first on their wings, and then their little tail feathers start to feather out, and then the rest of them. So you can kind of keep track of how they're developing by their feathers. And roosters, their feathers come in sooner than hens, or what you call pullets. A pullet is a young female. And roosters' combs, so that thing up the bridge of their nose, that is more prominent in a rooster than in a hen. So far we only got a potential for 2 roosters because we bought a couple of the breeds were only available in a straight run. That means they weren't sexed at birth or at hatching. So we got a potential for 2 roosters, and I think one of my Rhode Island Reds, in fact that one to the far right that you see there, that's kind of orange colored, that's standing, I'm pretty sure he's a rooster. My son named him Paku. So that's Paku. And then we named another one, oh, that guy with his back to us right now, with the puffy cheeks, I named him Cheeks. Her, it's actually a her. So that's Cheeks. And then we've named another one. See that one there to the left with the stripe on his nose? He's got his face pointed towards the back of the bin, right there. See how he's got a little white tip on his nose? His name is D. I'm not going to tell you what it stands for because my son was being a goofball, but my son named her D. So, yeah, they'll make a mess though. We just use pine shavings. We're using this. It's a, like a livestock waterer, big industrial livestock waterer. We'll put them in here at first because it helps to keep the heat in, keep them confined. But once they start getting to the point where they can jump up onto the edge, we'll take that out of there and we'll just let them have run of this side of the coop, which is not very big. But being in this enclosed source kind of does help to keep the heat in for a while they've got to be so warm. So I'll be back, you guys, in a little while to freshen up your water, but I just wanted to show you guys the chicks. So there's 14 of them all together, and like I said, potential for 2 males, which will only keep 1 male. And when I say keep, yes, that means the other one goes in the stew pot. But you don't want more. I've got a story for another day about the time we had 2 roosters. Kind of a funny story. It was my favorite rooster, Marley, had a twin brother named Harley, and kind of a gruesome funny story, but it's kind of a funny story. I'll tell you guys on a whip and chat coming up when I talk about the chickens more. So they do make a mess. They get wood shavings in their water, and you know, you got to clean up the wood shavings every day or every couple days. So I did just clean it out this morning, but I see they've made a mess of it already. So I'll come back out here when I'm done talking to you guys and change their water out, Make sure they've got enough food. But just check on them again. But that's the chicas. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I love them so much. All right, I'm shaking. All right, next stop, we're gonna, on our way back to the woods, we're gonna stop off at the pond. I'll just show you guys the pond because there's something exciting happening in the pond this year too. So we'll stop off at the pond and then we're gonna head back to the woods and I'm gonna show you how we hunt for morels, morel mushrooms, which are in season in Michigan and we are lucky enough to have in our property. So I'm gonna pause you guys again and I will pick you back up in a minute. Okay, so this is our pond. And there's not really much to see right now, but I was hoping, they were out here earlier, and is that them over there? No. And I was hoping I would be able to rush out here and get a picture of it, or a shot of it for you guys before they went and hid, but we have a family of wood ducks that has decided to make a nest somewhere around our pond. So hopefully we're gonna have little wood duck babies. So that's really exciting. So hopefully I'll be able to get a shot of those soon. But we're gonna head back there into the woods and I'm gonna show you guys some morels. See you in a minute. We're just gonna stop for a second on our way to the woods. I wanted to show you guys in the backyard here, back by the pond, back before the woods. Look at all the bluebells that are blooming in the yard. Can you see all of those purple flowers? Those just grow wild. They just grow up wild. But aren't they pretty? They're so cute. So I just wanted to show you that. All right, I'm going to try to walk nice and calmly here, but I just thought I'd show you the path that goes back to the woods. We're on the side of the pond right now. So we're just on the path that goes back to the area of the backwoods. We have a couple woods. We have a backwoods and a side woods. This is the backwoods. Not to be confused with, you know, the term backwoods, but the backwoods as in behind our property. Or behind, it is our property, but it's behind the house rather than the woods that's on the side of the house. So back here where that pallet is, that is where my husband and I, right behind there, that's where we set up our hunting blind. This is where we hunt from in hunting during deer hunting season. I was lucky enough I did get a deer this year. It was only a doe, but I did get a deer. We got a shooting lane cut there out into that field and there out into that field. That field is planted with alfalfa and rye for the horse farm that's next door to us. So it's a good place the deer like to come and forage around in there. Sorry, I'm going down this hill. But, so morels, let's talk about morels for a minute. Morels are a wild edible mushroom, for anybody who doesn't know about them, that grow in North America and other places in the world, but they're very elusive. Oh, I see some. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I tell you they're elusive and then I pop right in on some. So these guys right here, that is a morel. And when I was out here 4 days ago, whenever it was that I put up that video, these guys were about as big as my pinky. And look how big they are now. So they're really getting big. And you want to pick them when they're fresh, but you don't want to pick them when they're too small. Another thing that's important with morels or any wild edible mushroom that you're going to harvest is you want to make sure that when you harvest them, you release the spores. So when you're releasing the spores, that allows for new growth the following and coming years. If you don't do that, you're liable to just diminish, just not have any anymore. So when you pick them, you want to do it you carry them in an onion bag or some other kind of netted bag, so that as you're carrying them, you're distributing the spores through the air and the spores can land back down and you can have mushrooms the following year. I'm going to get down and see if I can get a close-up so you can see what this guy really looks like. Because I don't think we're going to pick them today. We're going to let them go another day or so. I picked one a couple of years ago in our side woods that was the size of a pop can. It was huge. So I'm gonna try to give you a comparison to the size of these guys. These guys are not very big. I'm gonna try to stick my hand in the camera. So that's my finger. Here, that's my finger, and that's the size of that mushroom. So he's not very big yet, and I don't know if you can see, but if you look in there, see that new one? That's a teeny weeny baby. That was not there a couple days ago. So that one just sprouted out. Morels are delicious. They are considered a delicacy in the world of mushrooms. We like to fry them up with onions and butter and put them on our steaks, and it is just amazing. There are so many recipes though, so many different things you can do with morels. Just, you know, if you look online, you'll be able to find anything. But let's take a look around and see if we can find any more. Because there's 3 there, but one of them was too little to be even considered, for the dinner plate tonight. And Jeff wanted to make steak and shrimp tonight, but I don't think we're gonna. Oh, and then we also do have a tree stand back here. Sometimes my husband does hunt out of that tree stand. You hear the honkers? Those are the geese coming in. We have 3 ponds. We have our pond, and then one to the property to the west of us, and another one on the property to the east of us. So we have Canadian geese here constantly. Oh, there's another one. Look, I don't think Jeff saw that one. Ooh, I spotted one. And it seems to me, and I don't know if this is true or not, I'm not a mushroom expert, but it seems to me that they like to grow on a little bit of a hill and on the north side of said hill. All of the ones that I have found have met those 2 priorities. So there was just one more there. Let's see if we can find any more. So how many is that? We have 3 little ones, plus that one is 4. Let's see if we can find, oh, nope, look on the ground, not at the camera, Ange. I'm gonna fall on my ass out here trying to do this. There should be some over here. Thought Jeff told me. Nope, I don't see any on this hill. So just 4, but I know there were a few more out here. But anyways, you get the general idea of it. So this is a view of, you probably can't see through there, but you can kind of see the pond through the background of the backwoods. So we do have a lot of deer that come through here, and it makes it fun. We have deer in our yard all the time because we have a couple of apple trees. That's going to be our last stop. I know I started this out as a diamond painting video and it quickly turned into a wilderness video, but that's why I am Craftnado, because I do everything all the time. So I want to show you one last thing before I sign off from you for the day and go back to taking care of my chickas and crafting. I should take care of that flower bed, but it's just not a nice day out. It's pretty breezy and kind of damp. But I was glad that I did find some morels to show you guys. It's because they are really kind of a neat thing to go mushroom hunting. So what was I saying? I don't know. I Craftnadoed. This is the pond that's on the property to the east of us. Another big pond. But yeah, I will be back in a minute. I want to show you one last thing on our little nature video, and then I'll let you guys go for the day. All right, hold on. One more quick thing before we get to the last thing. I thought I'd show you guys our new pool. I mentioned in a previous video that we installed ourselves a new pool a couple weekends ago. So that is it. Doesn't it look great? Pay no attention to the boarded up construction on the mudroom there. My husband's working on that. We're remodeling our mudroom that connects the house and garage. But that's our new pool. Isn't it lovely? Yes, it's 24 feet round, 54 inches deep. So that was a job. I'm thankful that we had help to carry that out. All right, I'll be back. All right, and this is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. Look at that beautiful tree full of blossoms. That is a crabapple, and it is just absolutely loaded with blossoms. And I wish that I had smell-o-vision right now because it smells amazing. Just the perfume smell is just lingering throughout the air, and it absolutely smells beautiful. So I just wanted to show you guys, spring is in full effect here, and I'm loving it. I need to get my butt busy, get off my chair, quit crafting, and get outside and do some yard work. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Saturday while we did a kind of toured the yard, one little diamond painting review. Woo, I'm out of breath. I walked all the way from the back of the property to the front of the property. But thanks for hanging out with me, and tune in again soon. I will have some more videos up. Have a great weekend, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.